used the word fake with regard to just how she was attempting to present to her family. So this Clancy told me she was upset at Spalding Hospital because this superficial conversation that it's inconsistent and doesn't match up with that collateral information. So her depiction of the lack of mental health really very clear. I was
Brothers y brothercitas, este es el psiquiatra que analizó a Lindsy Clancy, que es esta loca que estranguló a sus 3 bebés. Creo que uno tenía 5, otro 2 y el otro tenía 8 meses. En un caso que es de los más horroríficos que ha habido en la historia de los casos horroríficos, brothers. Una señora loca que se le ocurrió, dice que tenía depresión de posparto, manda al esposo por comida, planeó lo que iba a hacer, mete a sus hijos en el sótano de la casa y con una liga de esas para hacer ejercicio, ahorca y asfixia a sus 3 hijos uno por uno. Le tomó supuestamente 18 minutos hacerlo, brothers, porque dicen los expertos que toma como entre 3 a 5 minutos estrangular a alguien de esa edad y se necesita mucha fuerza. Fueron 3 sus hijos. Imagínense el horror que vivieron en los últimos momentos cada uno de estos niños. No lo quiero ni pensar, brothers. Y ahora esta loca está diciendo que era depresión postparto y que debe de salir libre, o sea, por lo menos meterla a un hospital psiquiátrico y cuando se recupere dejarla salir en libertad otra vez. Brothers, esta mujer, en mi opinión, merece no nada más cadena perpetua, merece la pena de muerte, porque lo hizo con alevosía y ventaja, lo planeó todo, y ahora están tratando de culpar al esposo que también lo hizo. Un caso terrible. Pero ahora este señor que ven aquí en la pantalla es el psiquiatra de esta señora y está diciendo que nada de lo que ella dice tiene consistencia o es real o que tiene que ver con que en realidad ella haya sufrido de depresión postparto. Y tiene razón, porque muchas personas, de hecho hasta mis serraldeados en los comentarios, en el video que hice más temprano, dando a conocer el caso y dando mi opinión y dando a conocer a la gente que apoya a esta señora, que ya le juntaron más de $1 millón para ayudarla, imagínense nada más. Dice este señor dicen que la depresión postparto se va en las primeras 3 semanas, a lo mucho 1 mes después de un parto, no 8 meses después, después de que tuvo a su último bebé. Vamos a ver qué dice este señor, brothers, qué pasa en la corte. Es el video real de la corte de ahorita, acaba de salir, es el pan caliente del día. Chequen esto, brothers, porque es la verdad. Algo horrorífico.
Doctor, did you discuss with Ms. Clancy, or did she describe to you in any detail her ability to suppress her feelings and kind of mold her behavior into what she wanted people to see?
Yes.
And what did she tell you about that?
Well, I believe it was a Christmas time with her family, a morning breakfast, in which she stated she was not feeling well, not doing well, but yet felt the need to act like she was cooking and helping her husband cook. And she questioned why she would do that or engage in that behavior when her family knew that she was struggling and having difficulty. So she used the word fake with regard to just how she was attempting to present to her family. So this was on reflection in talking to me about that behavior at that time.
And did she also tell you about an incident at Spalding Hospital when she was interacting with a friend of hers who was visiting there after she went to Spalding Hospital for rehabilitation?
Yes.
And what did she tell you about that?
She told me that this friend who visited was a longtime friend from when they were both really quite young. And that when this friend visited, Ms. Clancy engaged in, trying to remember how she characterized it, gossip, really talking about kind of the old times and catching up, basically, on news that this friend, I believe her name was Amy Bevins, they had similar or shared experiences. And so Ms. Clancy told me she was upset at Spalding Hospital because this superficial conversation that she had without discussion of the incident of 24 January 2023, that gave an impression, maybe a false impression of Ms. Clancy, and that it hurt the friendship as a result. And she felt that Spalding Hospital had kitchen. She got a knife and then ascended yet another group of steps to her bedroom, to their bedroom, and described the attempt or cutting her wrists as well as her neck, and also described the overdose in barely. It was just hard for me to get a good idea about how specifically the overdose occurred, what she did, but she omitted some things that I thought were significant.
And what things did she omit that you think were significant?
Well, she omitted the fact that she had actually crushed the pills. And I found that to be, quite significant.
And how did you learn that she had crushed the pills?
I learned after interviewing her husband, Patrick, and he went through that evening and talked about coming to the home and the like, and mentioned that on the bedside table there was a wine tumbler with powdered medication, crushed up medication, that there was still some in the wine tumbler. And I had not heard, she had not told me that she had actually crushed the medication. And I know that in Dr. Resnick's report, and also in what Lindsy Clancy told me, that she had lemonade in that wine tumbler when she took the overdose. And when I asked Patrick Clancy, he told me that they did not have, he didn't think they had any lemonade in the house, that was not typical at all.
And doctor, what is the significance?
Finish, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry, were you not finished?
You done with it? Hold on. You
Yes.
done with that answer? All right. Next question.
And so, doctor, what is the significance to you, if anything, of this atypical use of lemonade and the crushed powder in the cup?
You say what is atypical?
I think you just said that Patrick Clancy said it wasn't typical to have lemonade, correct?
Correct.
So is there any significance to you to the fact that there was lemonade in the cup and that there was powder residue in the cup? Or straight that, was there any significance to the fact that Lindsy Clancy told you that there was lemonade in the cup and that Patrick Clancy saw powdered residue in the cup?
Yes, it made sense that lemonade would be in the cup if you're trying to take an overdose of medication that you've crushed, just because of the bitterness that these pills have. So that that made sense. I asked her more about the lemonade, and she told me that it had been in the wine tumbler from the night before.
And in terms of the decision-making process, like what types of decisions is she making? Are you referring to, what to take and how to take it and when to take it and when to cut herself, those types of decisions?
Well, crushing pills is really a challenge if you don't have the right equipment, if you don't have like a mortar and a pestle that they might have in a pharmacy. And so what I wondered about was that process of crushing the pills to the point that they were powder in order then to put them in lemonade and then drink them. And so that is, to crush pills, significant number of pills into fine powder is not an easy thing to do, particularly if you don't have the right equipment. It's just...
Este psicólogo, brothers, es el testigo experto. O sea, en una corte cuando se necesita la opinión de gente como él, que estudió, que es psicólogo, psiquiatra y que es experto. No todos pueden ser testigos expertos. Tienes que tener obviamente tu reputación intacta, tienes que ser un doctor de verdad bien, o sea, excelente. Y él está dando su opinión acerca de que esta mujer no tenía nada de posparto ni ningún tipo de depresión. Simplemente está alucinando y está literalmente desquiciada. Ahora, en esas alturas de la vida, que quieran tratar de quitarle responsabilidad a una mujer de haber desvivido de la forma más terrible y horripilante a sus 3 bebés, es de verdad terrible. Ella era una mujer que tenía nannies, que tenía el esposo, que tenía ayuda, hasta los papás estaban ayudándole, brothers. Y nada de eso la mantuvo contenta, terminó haciendo esta barbaridad. Y ahora se le complica el caso justamente por la opinión de este doctor, que es importantísimo y que ojalá esta opinión sirva para que el juez no la vaya a nombrar como que está loca y nada más la manden a un hospital psiquiátrico y la dejen salir cuando ella ya no muestre ningún síntoma de que está loca. Ella debe ir a la cárcel, cadena perpetua y si no es que hasta pena de muerte, en mi opinión. Déjenme saber qué piensan ustedes, brothers y brothercitas. Los leo en los comentarios. Suscríbanse, por favor. Compartan para que el canal siga creciendo y no se les olvide que los amo.